Hello, brothers and sisters of the light. I am Julie Joy of the Young Lightworkers, and as you may know from a couple of my previous videos, I am embarking on a collaboration with the Love One Society, and this series will be a Q&A with a divine being. It's featuring Tracee of the Love One Society and our own very special guest. Do you believe that there are or could possibly be extraterrestrials on our planet living among us? Do you believe that there could be ascended masters here now to help us with our own ascension? Have you ever experienced or seen a real live angel? Are you curious about all the latest intel but don't know who or what to believe? If you have answered yes to any of these questions, this series might be for you. If you're not certain, check in with your heart, not with your mind. The answer is within.
Okay, so he doesn't need to come back. Do you think the EBS is going to come before or after the RV?
I won't comment on the EBS because it's installing timelines.
Okay.
I want to be very careful that I will not give you predictions. I will talk about things that have already happened in most cases. You can feel the sequence of events occurring, I would assume. You can see you're right in the middle of it right now.
Okay, well, if we can't trust the news, how do we get these sources? Like you said, you should be able to see that there's really no president. If we're not watching the TV, which I'm assuming most of us aren't, how are we to find out that?
Okay, so this will be my understanding and purpose of this call today. It always takes a little bit of time, but you're going to see that we're now understand why we're on this call today. Go in the mirror and ask yourself any question, and your heart will tell you the truth. You have all the knowledge in the universe, I guarantee you.
Okay, then we're wasting your time today, are we?
No, I'm not. No, this is incredibly awesome. We all can try and lie to ourselves now, but it's not going to work. We're now so powerful. Our collective consciousness, very limited word, forgive me, is all self-organizing, regulating, talking, communicating. We're all feeling each other right now. You can feel me talk to you instead of hear me. We're all capable of that now. I hope that helps.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Will all humanitarians automatically get Q phones and Q computers?
Really?
Ask Angeline. That's her question. I'm just reading.
Okay. So, again, anything outside yourself is outside yourself will be my answer. I hope that helps.
So I guess we're going to be able to call each other telepathically. That'll be fun. Okay, from Debbie from USA, is redundancy a universal gyrometer or tried and true starter foundation? Does that make sense to you?
It does not.
Me either. Does it okay, let me read the second half. Does it augment or impede/hinder our ability to create anything truly new in the multiverse? No.
Struggling.
Okay, so next question.
I don't always do a good job of articulating the information. It's easily to get the information. It's not always easy to get me to talk correctly without using a swear word. The description you gave me is accurate for me. In what we've all created in the universe, the multiverse, is a way to everything is peace energy. Everything is neutral until you go and play in the experience and expression of yourself, whether as a collective or as an individual. So the redundancy I do my best to explain is every 2,000 years. Again, it's tough to put time to it because we didn't always measure time the same way we do now. In any event, we'll just use that number for the ease of conversation. Every 2,000 years, the universe, regardless of which universe, recalibrates, reconfigurates to its natural state of being, which is light. And almost always you reorientate back to the first planet that you were incarnated to in that specific universe. So the redundancy I'm doing my best to explain is Ascension. And it's always the same amount of time, and it's always driven by us. So if not everyone can get to a high frequency, you're not going to have Ascension cycle at the same time as if a race of beings was more progressive or less progressive. So I hope that helps, and that is exactly right. We have Ascension is our redundancy system to recalibrate and reconfigure.
All right, so then we have Martha from the USA. So you say you're a Q, but the drops did such a great job at reiterating no outside comms. So how do we know for sure?
Well, you can just call me somebody. You can just call me Ding Dong. I don't care what you call me. So a lot of that, I really don't care what you call me. And it's one of my favorite questions. I'll just be it. Okay, call me it. The Q posts are designed to get you positive propaganda. They're a gateway from source and or consciousness. Your entire consciousness on your planet is being bounced back to you, which you're calling the Q post. And some very special people in the military are extrapolating and sorting the information so that it might be more digestible. And they're doing a fair job of it, but I would say that there is an opportunity to expand on it. I think we're ready for a lot more information, would be my opinion. I hope that helps.
Yep. So the game plan is working, but what percentage is left?
Can you maybe sort that for me? Like what in politics, or what do you feel like the question's pointing its finger at?
I think that's like for the whole.
I can show you what consciousness looks like on the planet, and I did discuss this with Ron. If we were to measure how many people are awake, for lack of a better term, and the volume in which people are using their light body instead of their brain, it would look like about 65% of the planet is using high spiritual decision-making process. And the reason that is many of us are staying at a very high level of frequency, but not sustaining it. So we're going up and down the roller coaster, whereas if we could just stay on the very top of the hill, a lot of things would go a lot differently here. So to do my best to answer the question is we are 65% on our way because we're not sustaining the 100%. So that's my encouragement for everybody to work with their heart center, and that will change. Hope that helps.
Okay. So then Pam asks, what happens at Ascension? I heard Ron Amatron say the earth would be destroyed. So what happens to the human spirits that don't complete Ascension this time?
Again, you got to be careful. Some of these statements are taken out of context. The dark planets will almost always be destroyed. The light planets stay. So this was a planet. Remember, everything behind that door isn't there yet till you create it. So if you're creating your own universe each and every moment of every day, why would you have a planet that is dark? Because you don't live on dark planets if you didn't choose. So of course it's going to disappear. I hope that helps.
Okay. And then I have a question that you mentioned with Antonio, that some people were paid with the RV already. Was that like a test, or did they just have more light within them?
So my definition of RV is reevaluation. So already you're seeing many countries are already reevaluating their currency. That was what I meant by that. What's fascinating to me is everybody wondered why everyone in the United Emirates has a mansion and a 100-foot yacht. Well, that's because all the revenue of that country was given to the people. And then they go to the mall and can't buy a Gucci purse because nobody's working there, because everybody's a multimillionaire. So in that respect, reevaluation has happened many, many times on this planet. Not everyone's sharing, though, are they? Hope that helps.
That's a good one. Okay, then Clifford from Canada says, can you explain the trembling and the heaviness during meditation?
That is a great question, very advanced. So depending on how you meditate, I'm encouraging people to stop meditating through their brain and meditate through their heart. So I'm not real popular with the metaphysical community when I talk about meditation, I know. But we should all live in peace energy 100% of the day. Why do we need to go meditate? That's my opinion, that we're all in a meditative state if we choose to. But certainly what I've heard that question to be is the spirit leaving the body and coming back in. That's how it works. Maybe you would experience that when you're falling asleep, feels like you just fell off a building. That's your spirit coming in and out of the body. Hope that helps.
Okay. Can you say when, you don't do times, never mind. Will Trump come back as the 19th president of our republic? I reworded it for you.
The symbolism will be to be a transition specialist. The goal is to make the chaos so prevalent that you clean these processes and methodologies up. Yes is the answer. The same capacity, no.
Okay. I've heard that before too. And oh goodness, I'm trying to get to a shorter question. So many people. Is it still part? You've already kind of answered that one. How can we heal and detox our body, mind, pineal gland?
For me, I want to continuously remind everyone to do water charging. And spring water has memory. And I'm sure that people get tired of me saying the same thing over again. You are water. That's all you really are, other than the minerals that participate with you. Take both sides. Take a glass of water and install the outcomes you want the water to give you. And then as you drink it, make it go counterclockwise down into your body for the effect you want. So whether it's healing, balancing, more knowledge, it doesn't matter. The water will assist you. Hope that helps.
Like, can you give an example? So I have this water, right? So it's big water. What do I do exactly to charge it?
The advanced way would be to envision the electromagnetic etheric field of your planet, that column of light coming from the middle of your planet, up your leg, out your hand, and without touching the glass, direct it towards the glass and the other one to the opposing side of the glass, and shake your hands lightly while directing the light coming from the middle of your planet up your leg, out your hand, into the water. You can do it with both hands or one, doesn't matter. And then make a command, must be verbal. I command the water to help and heal and balance me. Or ask it nicely, doesn't matter. Water, heal and balance me now. Water, give me great joy and love right now, as an example. And it will work. That helps.
That's lovely. Okay. This is from Wisdomus in the UK. I have heard you talk about going back to nature and the hindrance of AI on humanity. So what are your thoughts on medbeds?
Maybe we'll have a couple more and call it a day. Is that all right?
Yeah, you tell me your timeline.
Okay. So I'm a huge fan of medbeds, depending on which ones they are. I'll give you one of the reasons why you're not seeing medbeds more proactively is because the deception from the bad guys can be just as equally as powerful with their own medbeds. So imagine if medbeds are brought out to everybody and medbeds start killing people. That is an agenda the bad guys have. So now you would never use a medbed because you can't trust which one's good and which one's bad. Certainly, harmonics and light can naturally be installed in us whenever we want, and you don't need a medbed. But yes, to get us educated, re-educated to our natural abilities, it is a shortcut. I assure you there are rooms from the white hats that you can raise people's frequencies. And it is part of the big transition that's happening right now. There are many individuals in the military who are going through frequency and implementation programs. What you might call a med bed, I call a healing room. And so they're all growing their light bodies and their physical body, and it's quite an experience to go from A to Z in 5 minutes. I hope that helps.
Is that the same things that they took the kids that were in the dumps to?
It's correct. And it is part of my job here is to be a counselor for the counselors. And so they do have me in several meetings. How do we get more? It's quite shocking when you don't even know it. You don't even know the sun's cold to go from A to Z, and now you're 100% psionically capable. So it's quite a shock. So you have to go real slow for most people, so they don't get overstimulated, so to speak. But certainly that is ongoing right now, and there is a priority. Certainly paralyzed people, they're easily treated in these systems. Want to get to the people that really need the help first. So hope that helps.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so how about one more? This is a really and then after I ask and after we finish this one, maybe we can figure out what the game plan moving forward is, because I've only hit 80 some questions and we have like over 350. Okay, so the last question is from CL from the USA. Have you been behind the scenes of LWS all along, or are you just now joining?
You want to answer, Tracee? What's it feel like?
I feel like that's file, but you're coming out of the closet right now.
A lot of attention is on you guys, and you know the answer.
But they don't all know. So would you say that that's a good assessment?
Yeah, I'm waiting my turn for sure. It's not always easy to find out who's who in the zoo, and so it's been very fun to watch. And I just cherish everything you all have done. You've given me a great place to play, and I love you all. And Ron couldn't pick a better captain for you. And yes, of course.
That's nice confirmation. And so do you think that, first I want to say thank you, and I'm sure Ron will close us out. Hopefully he'll figure out how to talk again. He's unmuted. I've been called on him a few times, but what do you think we can have you back so we can, I feel bad for anybody who asked a question. You guys, I literally was just going down a spreadsheet. So, we would love to have you back if you can find some time in your crazy schedule for that.
Yes, and so why don't you direct me how you feel would be the best help and support? I'm just thrilled to be able to participate with you. And so any proposals you have, I'm all ears. If we want to do this once a month or otherwise, I would cherish that. I just know that things are moving very fast for you. Even sometimes you might not see it. Your environment is changing very quickly. So I want to give that encouragement to you all. Work within your heart center, and you will have so much fun in your life, day in and day out. I guarantee you. I hope that helps.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Once a month, or even more if you can do it. But we would love to have you. And I just want to thank you, Q, for honoring us with your presence and all of the answers to the questions. We have so many people that want to, ask, and we will send this recording out to all of those who missed it.
Dear listeners, it is I, Julie Joy, with a wrap-up for this particular message. I hope you enjoyed this exciting Q&A series as much as I did. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get my ratings up just a little bit, just for my own pleasure. I'm not monetized. I don't sell or promote anything. This is just to raise awareness on the planet and help the Ascension.